Hello, surfaces! How are y'all doing today? My name is Jeffrey Bieber, and I am the Director of Strategy here at FloorForce. And we are going to have a talk for every single flooring retailer out there of how our new solution of EZCommerce can revolutionize your website. So as we go through, the first question you're going to ask is, why even listen to me? Where's my credentials? Who's this guy? I don't know him. So my name is Jeffrey Bieber. I'm originally from Maryland, and after I graduated from my master's program, I went to one of the largest digital agencies in New York called 360i, where I worked on some of the largest brands such as Pernod Ricard, Universal Pictures, and USA Network. And there we learned about the power of digital and technology and how it can transform businesses. So we took those learnings and we're going to bring it down to every single flooring retailer, because your opportunity is today. So we're going to talk about our brand new solution called EZCommerce. Please ask questions, raise your hand, and we'll keep this as flowing as possible. So the world is changing, and this is not something that is new to any of you guys. You know this on-demand world that we live in, and it's happening rapidly. Everything you want, on demand. Every little thing, whether it's a doctor, whether it's food service, whether it's someone to come into your house and build something, you want it now. And when we look at the landscape of how this is evolving, you have things like Amazon Now, not even Prime. 2 days, too long. I need it in 2 hours. Uber, I need a car right now. Same thing with Lyft. And you see these transportation companies not just limiting to cars, but also going into scooters and mini mobile sectors. Glossier, you have fashion brands getting into the space. Blue Apron, you want to cook, we're going to send it to you with recipes. Trillama, you need to have someone install some flooring or any service labor, trade labor, we got your back. Postmates, again, focusing on logistics, I need it now, and even doctors on demand. But when we're thinking about this on-demand world that we live in, is it really based on the gig economy? And based on a lot of the brands that we just looked at, you would think that maybe it is, but it's not. It's more than that. When you look at the gig economy, those are places that are relatively low investment products, things that you don't really care about spending a lot of money in. You won't see on-demand cars, for instance. Things that have a high involvement level and a high cost make it more difficult for consumers to actually purchase these products. Or at least that's a hypothesis. But we're going to debunk that together. So when we look at the level of involvement and the level of cost of these brands, you would think when you start in something like CPG, consumer packaged goods, that's easy to swallow from an e-commerce perspective. If I want, well, not if I want, but if someone wants Glossier, if they want makeup, if they want lipstick, that is a low-cost product that you don't mind taking the risk on. Same thing with Honest Products or Soylent. Low involvement, low cost, so you're willing to take that risk and get it delivered to you. But slowly but surely, we see that level of involvement increasing and the cost associated with those products increasing as well. We see that going to the apparel space. Things like Allbirds shoes, things like Harry's razors, things like Bonobos clothing and Everlane. Things that, one universal size might not fit you. A large from one company is very large from a different company. Same thing with Allbirds. Shoe sizes are different and everyone's foot is unique. But the things that you would assume you want to try on and wear, you see the need for it on demand now continues to be the consumer expectation. And now we see that going into optometry, a place like Warby Parker. If any of you have glasses, you know how intimate that process is. You want to put it on your face. You want to see how far the bridges are from it. You want to see how it looks. It's a very personal experience. But you see that continue to happen in an e-commerce space. And lastly, the one that no one thought would be possible, Casper. If I told you 10 years ago that you would have a mattress sent to your home and with no place to remove your old mattress, you'd say I was crazy. But now you look at billion-dollar unicorns like Casper and companies like Lisa and Purple, and this is becoming the expectation of the consumer. So as a flooring retailer, you need to start to think about how this applies to you. So when we're looking at these different companies, we know that it's high involvement, it has no bearing on its own if someone's going to purchase it. Same thing with cost. But the question to that answer is e-commerce, or rather the answer to that question. So when we look at e-commerce, it's not necessarily the purchase of the product and the fulfillment of those products. But what you want to think about is the technology. It's when you look at Uber and Postmates and other companies like this, they're viewing themselves as logistic companies. They're not transportation companies, they're not food service companies, but they're weaving together data to show you where your product is, how soon it will be here, and how it'll improve your life. So when you think about e-commerce, don't think about just the purchase, think about the intent. Think about what it can do for your business. So the first example that we might look at, and I don't want to throw data at you, I don't want to throw industry numbers, but talk about real examples that we bump into every single day. So a company like Walmart, multi-billion-dollar organization, they purchased Jet for $3 billion. Now, anyone that's familiar with Walmart, they could have easily built this, right? Not. Walmart had an e-commerce branch and it was not doing well. But they purchased Jet because e-commerce is extremely difficult. It's complex, the fulfillment, the timing, the customer service. They thought to compete with Amazon and to keep pace in the world, they had to purchase a partner that had solved it. So what does that mean for you and your flooring store? How can technology help you separate from every competitor in your industry? So when you think about all these things that we're using as examples, don't think of it just as e-commerce and how that's going to apply to the flooring industry, because if we're to think about it just on the base level, you're not going to have things sent to your house like carpet rolls or pallets of luxury vinyl or tile, because purchasing flooring is a very intimate process, and it's not just a one-touch process either. When you purchase flooring, you have someone coming into your house. They're going to do an estimate. They're going to rip up your flooring. They're going to install it. You want to make sure that this person is credible, that the way that it's going to be executed is done smoothly. So when you think about e-commerce for flooring, don't think about rolls. Don't think about pallets. Think about being present and being relevant to your consumer. So how can you do that? You need to find the products that are going to complement the product mix of what you carry in your store. And that is one of the solutions that we're super excited to show you guys today. So this is not the example of what you want to think of when you think of e-commerce. You want to think of things that will not directly compete with the products that you have in your store. Because when we talk about e-commerce, we know that we're not shipping those pallets. It's going to be way too expensive. It's going to be inconvenient, and then you're going to need to find an installer to put it in, where you're going to dispose of everything. That level of high touch makes consumers very uneasy. So when you think about e-commerce for the flooring industry, think about the things that complement the products. That when a consumer thinks about anything flooring related or anything service-based related to flooring, that these are the things that make sense. So the first one that I'm most excited about is the swatches. As a consumer, because of the level of investment that flooring has, it is the third largest purchase that a homeowner will make. The first being a house, the second one being a car, third one's being the flooring. Average job for flooring is about $3,500 to $5,000, and that's sometimes not even including labor. So what is a way that you can engage your consumer on a daily basis that is interested in this process? A way for them to know that you are tech savvy, that you are with these digital trends, and are able to bring products to the market that speak to them and their expectations in this digital world we live in. So the first one is swatches. Swatches is a great way to start to nurture the relationship between you and the consumer. If you're able to have a swatch program online, when a consumer starts their digital consumer journey, that they can go to your website, they can find the products that you can sell to them, and have swatches that they can look how this is going to look in their home is extremely important. Moreover, those consumers can then know that you are ahead of the industry, that you're able to service them in a way that no one down the street or in your state or in your geo can do it, and that you're thinking of their expectations for what this new world expects. The next, carpet tile. Peel and stick. Super easy to install, can be done under 1 hour, 15 minutes if you're really experienced. But these are things for the DIYers today. DIY, as you all know, is a huge space. You look at a lot of these service-based programs like TaskRabbit, like Trillama, and they can bring people to your home to help you execute these projects. But shipping something like carpet tile, which weighs 10 to 15 pounds, is a lot easier than sending a pallet of hardwood. Area rugs, super simple to roll up and ship to your home. And then the things that are flooring related, things that when consumers are looking to repurchase, because flooring purchases only happen every 6 to 8 years depending on the product, that they're still coming back to you and purchasing the things that they know actually work. Things like carpet cleaner, things like Resolve, floor care for life. These are the things that separate themselves in the market and the things that when consumers are looking for their partner to either buy flooring or the first place to go when they think of flooring, they're thinking of your store first. So with our solution for EZCommerce, if you have a FloorForce website, we're able to put up any of our curated products on your website, turning you into a digital marketplace and allowing consumers to execute e-commerce. So when you think about what do I have to do to participate in this program, I don't want to have another rack in my store. I don't want to have to deal with inventory management, fulfillment, customer service. All this stuff starts to make your head spin, especially in the e-commerce world. Again, remember, Walmart did not think that they could do this by themselves, so they purchased a company for $3 billion. Don't put yourself in that complex situation. Find a partner that can help you in this complex world. So these are the things that you would not have to do. We know that most consumers today, when they start their buying journey, it starts online. Between 80 to 90% of consumers will go to a website first to see if the product is in stock or is at least being shown before even contacting the store. So by you having these products as the first touch between you and the consumer, again, will help you separate in your marketplace. So let's show how e-commerce works, because for us, it's not e-commerce, it's EZCommerce. And not only are we selling products, but we're helping elevate your business. So how do we do that? We're going to do it through a co-op marketing program. We're going to do all the fulfillment for you. We're going to do all the support for you. And we're going to take all the stress associated with e-commerce out of it for you. So we have a quick video that will walk through what e-commerce is and EZCommerce is as it relates to the flooring industry. Again, it's not difficult, it's EZCommerce. So for us, it's our first e-commerce solution, enabling any flooring retailer with a FloorForce website to have products that you can sell online. It gives you access to an exclusive product group that is curated by our flooring experts that fit that model that we were talking about. Lightweight, easy to ship, exclusive. These products are shipped from the manufacturer directly. Again, no inventory, no racks in your store, stress-free, EZCommerce. So a customer is going to search online for your product. Again, 80–90% of consumers start their journey this way. We are introducing Google Shopping ads, another way for you to dominate your digital presence. From there, they're going to look at your product categories and your product catalog. They'll see that you have a purchase button on those products, as well as a order sample. From that point, their job is done. What does this mean for you? So your business is going to earn revenue from that purchase. You're going to receive a portion of those profits that are reinvested into advertising. You net the rest. And all you have to do is sit back, relax, enjoy effortless EZCommerce. So when you're looking at why EZCommerce, you get access to exclusive products. You get the effortless e-commerce functionality. Simplified fulfillment. You don't have to do anything. Access to Google Shopping. So for those of you who are doing digital advertising today, my guess is most of you are either doing Google ads, maybe a little bit of Facebook, and dabbling with some other platforms like a House or a Home Advisor or some way to get your brand in front of consumers. For us, we're focused on where consumers are searching, not third-party platforms that no one has interest in to purchase from. So you probably do those Google ads. I'm sure a lot of you do SEO, you focus on organic, but what we're going to do is help you dominate your digital presence. With Google Shopping, with Google Ads, and with SEO, that first page result, you never make it to that second page. That first page is dominated by you and your brand. So when we're thinking about why you want to participate in EZCommerce, you have Google Shopping, unlocked, effortless for you. More traffic to your site. So I'm sure you advertise many different ways, whether it's any of those platforms or channels that we just discussed. But what's going to happen after every purchase is we're reinvesting that money into more advertising. So every time there's a purchase on your website, there's more advertising that's going to be executed. And what that's going to have is a downstream effect for your business. because you might be able to bring in a consumer through a different channel that you might not focus on. Carpet tile, huge product category these days. They come into your site. As we all know, carpet tiles is not the high-end product, but they come into your store through Google Shopping ads, and then they see the incredible products that you also offer. You have the opportunity to upsell. You have more dominance in your SEO game, in your SEM game, PPC. When you're thinking about new ways to separate yourself from a competitor in the marketplace, you need to take every advantage out there, or your business is going to be closed in a few years. You have that increased digital presence. Without that presence, consumers don't know how to find you. We often say that if you don't have a web store, you don't exist to a consumer. When you think about your own consumer habits of when you want to purchase something, you're not driving up and down the street, you're not looking into mini malls or going into actual malls and searching. You go right to your phone. You go right to your laptop. You go right to your tablet to find where's the closest thing near me. And that is the #1 search term that we see related. But more importantly, we're trying to set you up for success. We want to make sure that you have passive income associated with everything you do online. So where your store might be open from 9 to 5, maybe closed on the weekends, maybe a holiday, your digital storefront, your website, never closed. Working for you 24/7, your best employee, highest ROI, most consistent. So when we're thinking about new brands in the marketplace, how are we going to separate? Why should I partner with you guys and work through your curated products? We're reinvesting into advertising, but we're not just driving advertising to those pages, but we're doing branding as well. So with our marketplace, we have curated products that we are creating strategic campaigns around to drive awareness for. I'm not sure if the sound will work, so if it doesn't, we can just run the video. But Newton is the newest brand from FloorForce that you can access in EZCommerce. Let's see if the audio is working. All right, so the audio is not working, but as you guys can see, it's environmentally friendly, it's easy to install, it speaks to the DIYer, it's peel and stick, there's no stress associated with it. It's smart enough for all jobs, and it's smart enough for your consumer. You're meeting their expectations of what products should be and how businesses should function. So the one thing that we really want to discuss as we wrap up this discussion is why should you be doing it? We know that this market is becoming more and more competitive. Every flooring retailer that we talk to is always concerned about what is Amazon going to do? What is Wayfair going to do? How are they going to affect my business? How can I separate myself in the market? And we're not telling you to take them head on because they're not as nimble, as flexible, and as focused in your local market as you are. So when you focus your advertising and you focus on consumer expectations and finding the right product at the right time for your consumer, when they think, where am I going to buy flooring? They know you are top of mind, you are the first option. They think EZCommerce. So I'd love to chat. If anyone has any questions, come by booth 6315 over at FloorForce. And the one thing that we really do want to emphasize is, this is for you. We are not looking to make money on this program. We're trying to enable retailers to propel themselves into the expectations of every consumer today. We want to build the highway for you guys to compete in your local market where you feel elevated and you don't feel like you are on your own. So if you have any questions, I'd love for you to come up here, we can chat, or meet us at booth 6315. I really appreciate everyone's time today. Thank you. So are there any questions? Did a great job. No questions. All right. Thank you, everybody.